So if you're not part of our Telegram channel, just simply go to Telegram and search for Vindi Forex, right? There are some videos that do not make it to the YouTube channel, and also some indicators that I've shared there, including the position calculator that I've shared in one of the videos. Yeah, it's there on Telegram. Just go to Telegram, type Vindi Forex, you should be able to see that channel, or alternatively just check the link down in the description box. Otherwise, my name is Vindi. Let's quickly dive into this thing right here. So Nasdaq have been sitting here on this particular structure, which is the daily area of resistance. You can see for the past couple of days it's been sitting there. So what I did yesterday, I'm just gonna share something quick with you, although I've shared this in the previous video and titled the M and W shandies. All right. So what I did, I was basically looking at this particular guy right here. Okay, very easy stuff. This is what I looked for yesterday. But the trick was, let me see if I can pull out the whiteboard. It's not quite a major trick. It's just something that I prefer doing. Okay, so if this is my W pattern, remember what I shared before. I know there are people who buys this thing. Unfortunately, I don't buy this thing. I sell this thing. Okay, and this is my M pattern. So if you haven't watched that video, it won't make sense why I'm buying this. So this one for me, it's a buy, mainly because we are here low. I cannot sell low. Okay, this one for me, it's a sell, mainly because we are here. So those who are familiar with harmonics will definitely agree with me. So I don't understand the concept of people buying this thing and they call it a W, and then they buy this thing. I'm not sure, maybe they're referring to this as a W before this leg forms. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. I don't know. Okay, but you do not want to find yourself buying this thing because they're extremely high. So what I did, or rather what I do, is I usually look at the previous leg of that pattern. So if you draw a horizontal line like that, as long as this leg, the current leg, exceeds or takes out the stop losses of those who sold previously, that is what actually I want to look at. For those who are familiar with harmonics, probably they're looking at something like that, maybe butterfly pattern, given that this thing extends, maybe something is turning there instead of this. Okay, those who are familiar with harmonics, yes, we are looking at extensions and all those things. All right, so this is what I want to say. This current leg must extend outside that. Okay, take out stop losses of these guys, or trigger in those who had the buy stops and all that. Okay, similar to that one. Yeah, I am looking for that as well. Okay, because I'm interested in seeing this, checking out all stops and also triggering in all pending orders that are below that particular region. Okay, that's what I was also looking for yesterday. Of course, for entry there is more that I look for on that, but this is actually something that actually captures my attention. So in the case of NAS yesterday, I saw that pattern. It looks nice on 15 minutes, although you can see it. I saw that, and it took out this. So if you more a line there, you can see it took out that, went up a little bit. Okay, it went up there, and I was able to find cool entry there around those points. So next, if we're to look at today, let's use current price. Of course, for entries, you have to do a bunch of things in order to get that. I'm not going to dive into that now, just to give you a bit of an idea as to what you can do. You can see this one went down there. So if we were to check this as your W, obviously I'll be more comfortable to see this thing pushing up a little bit. Checking out yesterday's high, the same high where we got in, if it can be taken out, that's when I'll be more interested to actually look for sales. Why sales, if you ask? Because remember, I've identified these as my daily resistance. So I do not want to go against these guys, these sellers that are occupying this particular region. You can see that these guys actually held the price for 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 days. I mean, price have been stuck here. It looks like price have been bouncing between the 9,550 and about 9,750 somewhere. It's been bouncing there for quite some time. Okay, so if we're to look at what has been happening this week, if I come down to here, you can see that there's been a bit of a hesitation of some sort there. See if I can mark that. You can see that prices have been bouncing there. Okay, so that is why I'm saying that, and I'm mostly interested in opportunities to sell because of the nature of this. I know that people who say Nasdaq doesn't sell, and these are the people who are just approaching the market from an arrogant state. Okay, trade what you see, not what you think, or speculations and all that. I personally, I'm looking at this structure to say that I do not want to go against this. If a buy opportunities comes in, I'm ignoring those buys. Okay, I mean, there's a bunch of instruments that I can trade here. You can see there's a lot of instruments that I can trade. So Nasdaq is not the only thing that I'm gonna be looking at. I mean, I trade almost everything here that moves. Okay, so that's not a big thing. If an opportunity doesn't present itself, obviously I'm gonna look for other instruments to trade because you can't force yourself. The problem with a lot of people who are focusing on Nasdaq is that every day they wanna trade, even though you find that the market is not giving them cool setups. Okay, every day they wanna trade. I'm not here to tell you what you wanna hear, right? I do this every day. Okay, I don't have to tell you what you wanna hear. I'm not selling a cause. I'm not selling anything to you. So I'm just sharing my opinion as to what I do and what keeps me going in this particular shanties. Okay, I wait for the market to present those opportunities. I do not force, I do not chase price. Okay, so should this thing go up a little bit, that's when maybe I will start searching again for opportunities to sell. If you were to draw a trend line here and there, you will see that there's something of that nature. Okay, all right, because we're still on that resistance area. Okay, that's just my take on this particular. Alternatively, what you can do is to put the rectangle shandies, I mean the daily box, to see your daily highs and daily lows. Okay, let me just put that up for you. So all right, I have now my daily boxes. You can see this. Okay, so yesterday the cut that went down. Today you can see price is almost at the same point where it opened. Okay, it opened here and then it's still around it. That's why that box is shaded gray. So price haven't moved, they haven't done any sort of a huge move. Okay, so but what I'd like to see once more, I'd like to see price at least going up, creating a new high and checking out the previous daily high, which is actually what I did. This is what I wanted to show you. I took out the previous daily high yesterday there. Okay, so if price can at least push up a little bit, checks out the previous daily high, that's when I'd like to actually look for opportunities to sell. So if you check what time this actually took place, you can see that was around 4:30. Can you see that? It's around 4:30 somewhere there. So you want to do these things not necessarily at 4:30, but you want to see these things happening at least after 15:30. After 15:30, it could take place at 17:30. It's possible. Okay, it's possible for it to take place after that. All right, it's possible for it to take place even later. Okay, so just make sure that you are getting that sort of a move to the upside. That's basically the same thing I can show you even with other stuff that actually took place, or other setups that actually took place. The idea is for you to wait for the previous daily high or daily low to be removed. You can see this one, that one took it out. Okay, so the previous daily high was this one. Okay, price came, gap, did that, went up there, went down, failed to check out that previous high. As soon as it took out the previous daily high, there was a correction of some sort. I'm not sure if you can see that pattern, but notice how now price, if you were to flip this around for buy opportunities, this didn't check out the previous daily low, which is this. Okay, so you can do those things continuously. Say that if it checks out the previous daily high, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, provided that I have a resistance structure to lean on. Here's the daily high. Previously, you can see price went, took out that. Okay, if you were to test the time at which that actually took place, you can see that it took place a little bit later at about 8 o'clock in the evening. Okay, so it doesn't always have to take place at 3:30 or 16:30 or whatever the case might be. The idea is to trade what you see. It's not to trade time. You're not trading time. You're trading what you are seeing so that you become better at these things. You can trade what you see. Don't trade time or don't trade speculations. People saying buy, 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 and then you buy. No. Okay. So it's the same as this Shandisi. So because you want to buy low, obviously, if you're a buyer or you're interested in buying, wait for this thing to at least check out these guys from yesterday. Okay. Then you can lean somewhere there to the upside. This allows you to catch huge moves. You guys don't understand. This allows you to catch huge moves because if price extends low, when it corrects, it needs to go back. Those who have been part of this, maybe the private sessions, they will know where we are targeting this thing to go. They know they should be able to do that without a lot of things involved or indicators and all that. Okay, so make sure that you are trading extremely low and extremely high. Okay, so this is how you can see. Just check if the previous daily low or daily high have been cleared. If that is cleared, then you're good to go to the other side. Okay, very important, very important. So you can see this is price opened where somewhere there, it went up, went down, went up again. It's almost at the same level. So if we can get that push up, okay, and checks out that, that's when I'll be able to do this. This might take place maybe during NFP, but you know, I want to see this during the New York session. Okay, want to see those moves. If it does that, comes down, you're most likely to get that nice correction nicely. But make sure that you have something, a strategy in place that you use for entries. Don't just say price have cleared that, I'm gonna sell blindly. No, you need to get something that will be able to give you entry. Remember, your strategy should be able to tell you where and how to enter, where to put your stop loss, and where to put your this is mandatory. If you are not using a stop loss and you are saying I don't use a stop loss, I don't use a stop loss, or maybe you teach people these things, it's just complete nonsense. If you teach people not to put a stop loss, I mean, even institutions, they know that risk management, I mean, that's the biggest, that's the most important part of trading. Risk management is the most important part of trading. Forget it. I don't have to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not selling a course. I'm not selling it. I'm not selling dreams. I'm just telling you what's real. Anyway, you're watching this thing, so it doesn't matter. If you watch to this point, I mean, this is probably 14 minutes. If you watch to this point and you're still waiting for me to tell you that don't use a stop loss, you won't hear that. Even if I die and come back after some time as a pig or come back as a chicken, tell you. I wouldn't tell you not, hey, use a stop loss. Thou shalt ban. That's the commandment of this house. Thou shalt ban. Use a stop loss. Calculate your risk. Sleep at night. Don't just babysit your trades. Otherwise, before I okay, I digressed. Um, yes, before I go, yes, make sure that you understand the concept. Alternatively, go and watch the video of M's and W's. That will be able to give you a bit of light as to what you should do and what you shouldn't do. I believe this is helping those who are new into this thing. This is not rocket. This is not rocket science. You should be able to help this. The videos, guys, they are not for me, so I can't make this difficult for the viewers, and they're not for you if you are waiting for me to do some weird difficult stuff. This is so that people understand what we do, when and where to buy and sell. It's very important to understand where you want to buy and where you want to sell. Okay, and then that's when, now after that, you put when. That's when now the strategy is in check to say that, okay, if I see this, then I'm gonna do this. Okay, that's the entry part. This is the when part. But the where part is based on structure, your support and resistance and all that. I hope it makes sense. If you think this video is cool, Just share it with your friends, share it on Facebook. I believe there's a Vindi Facebook page. Just go over to Facebook and search for Vindi Forex. There should be a Vindi Facebook page. Give it a review if that's cool, if that's your thing. Okay, leave a comment down in the description box. What else? Give this video a like. Dislike if you don't like this content. But why would you dislike after watching a video for 16 minutes? Just hit the damn like button. Share the video. Okay. Chap. Have a great weekend, guys. Otherwise, see you next time. Chap.